I was recording an expansive podcast the other day, and my co-host Eric did a talk on courage. And it's really affected me so much. And if you haven't listened to that podcast, please do go back. It's 2 weeks old on the expansive. But what Eric explained to me has changed fundamentally the way I think about hope, preparation for the future, and anchored me into the language of understanding courage at every demarcation of it. So let me explain what the research has shown us is that courage requires us to think about courage itself in very specific ways. The first way is intelligent courage. And intelligent courage is the courage to think new thoughts. As Dr. Joe Dispenza says, by the time we're 35 years old, we have between 60 and 70,000 thoughts a day, of which 90% are the same thoughts as yesterday, which means that courageously, we are sticking to the familiar and not stepping out of our comfort zones to think new thoughts. Much harder than just talking about it. Emotional courage is about sitting with the emotions that are uncomfortable. Sadness, anger, jealousy, envy. These are all normal emotional sort of states, but somehow society's told us they're bad and we should avoid them. And if we are in survival mode, we often avoid bad emotions because we're already fatigued and tired as it is. Then we have moral courage. And moral courage is, are you willing to do the right thing when nobody's watching? And if you're in survival mode, you need a shortcut. You need to cheat and you need to just get through it so that you can get to the end result without wasting too much energy. Then we have spiritual courage. And spiritual courage is about living a life on purpose, living a life based on your excitement and passion. Now remember, schooling and organizations forced us into a system not to follow our curiosity, our fascination, our excitement, and our uniqueness, but to fit into a system. And so really, it's a lack of courage to be moving in that direction when you really know that something else brings you and makes you come alive. And then lastly is physical courage, the one we all talk about. We do cold water immersions, we run long distances, we push ourselves when we're tired already. And that seems to be the only courage that we actually express. But remember, in order for us to develop a new type of hope in a time of uncertainty, what we need is a new type of courage. Intellectual courage, emotional courage, spiritual courage, moral courage, and physical courage. These anchoring of language has really helped me think about it in brand new ways and question myself, am I being courageous enough in this process of celebrating uncertainty? Anyway, hope it helps you as well. Ciao from Dubai.